Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm back again with another video. Today I'm going to do my full review for the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. Now, a few people have contacted me later in the week, asking me when I was going to do my review on this device, and I told them this weekend. So I'm ready to do my review for this beast. Now, I just want to make it very clear, this is my favorite phone. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my Note, 20 Ultra. I do. I actually need this for a variety of reasons. But the phone that I enjoy using the most is the Mi 11 Ultra. Now, it's not my main phone. The Note 20 Ultra is still my main device that I keep my number one, my SIM card in the most. Like, it never comes out of that phone at all. And of course, I switch back and forth, with this and other devices. Like right now, it's like a fight between this device and my Z Fold 2. But it's weird now. I just want to say this real quick. And I'm just ask y'all to be patient with me. I'm trying to make this video quick. When I took my SIM card out of this and put it in the Fold, I was missing this like after a day. And that's crazy because the Fold is a great phone too. You got two displays, you could open it up, like a tablet and all that. And the Fold is cool. I love it. But it's just something about this device. I'm telling you, I absolutely love this device. This is my favorite device. So the SIM card is going to be in this more than any other phones I have right now. That's just the way it's going to be right now. But I'm going to tell you why, okay? All right. Now, first, this phone was released last year, so it's not even a year old yet. And I'm going to tell you all the things that I like, and then I'll tell you all the things that I don't like. All right, so let's get started. First thing, let's talk about the build quality. Now, you got Gorilla Glass 5 on the front, and you got ceramic on the back. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this device feels super premium. When you hold this, you're holding a premium device, no doubt about it. So I absolutely love the build quality. I love the weight of this phone. This is not, like if you really don't like phones that that are heavy, then you just don't want to check this phone out, honestly, because this phone feels like a man's phone. And I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but it's nice and heavy. It got a nice, heavy, manly weight to it. Now, there might be some females out there that like heavy phones too, so I'm not trying to insult you or anything like that. But I believe most women would rather have a phone that's a little light as opposed to this. This is a heavy phone. It's not heavier than my the phone that I'm recording with, the LG Wing, but it's still heavy. But I love it. So first thing I love about this device is the build quality, A1. Now, next thing, let's talk about the design. Now, there's no way of overlooking the design of this device. This device has the biggest camera module on any phone in existence right now. This thing takes up the whole back of the device, like the top part of the device. It just takes up the whole device. Now, there's a lot of people out there that don't like they don't like this design. I love it. The reason why I love it, because it's different. It's nothing out there like this. Now, don't get me wrong. Aesthetically, most people will probably pick the Note 20 Ultra. They think it looks more elegant, has a more elegant look to it. But I love the look of this because you ain't gonna see no other device out there like this. And I absolutely love the design. I love the design of both. But if I had to pick a design, I'd pick this one because it's so different. And I like to be different, So you ain't going to see nobody walking around with this device at all. You're going to see a bunch of people walking around with this, but you ain't going to see nobody walking around with this. So I like the design. I like the uniqueness of it. It stands out. Now, some people may say, oh, the weight's not balanced right. It's top heavy. I don't have any issues with the weight and the balance of it at all. None whatsoever. So I love the design of this monster. Next, let's talk about that secondary display. Now that's this right back here. You double tap it. As you can see, the time, battery percentage, the date, the day. Love this. No other phone right now has this secondary display on the market. Now, the only downside, it only stays on for 30 seconds, which I think Xiaomi really should put an update in there where you could leave it on all the time if you choose to. Now, I know it would eat up a lot more battery, but give us the option. So please give us an update where we could keep this on always if we choose to, not just 30 seconds. Now, the good thing about this display, now you're looking at it thinking, oh, it just does the time and that's it, it's just taking up space. No, absolutely not. You can receive notifications. You can get your notifications, okay? You can make and receive phone calls by this. Seriously. You can control your media. Like if you're playing Spotify, you can control it with the back of this display. When you receive phone calls, you can answer the phone. No, you can't make calls. Sorry, you could receive phone calls, and also you could choose to take the call or decline the call with this secondary display. You could use it as a viewfinder also to take selfies with the rear cameras, which people always complain about selfie cameras on devices. I don't have that problem because the selfie shooter on this is really good to, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't have a problem. I'm not going to be trying to put my face in this little screen trying to take pictures with the rear camera. I'm not going to do that, but you can do that. That is an option. All right. And you could also use a photo to put in there as well. You know, you don't have to necessarily just do the time. You could put a photo in there, and also you could put a signature in it. This thing has so many functions. It's not just there for the time. So now I can't really show you the phone thing. Now the thing about with the phone, you can see who's calling you and you can see their number. That's the only reason why I can't show you, because my number is going to pop up on this device. Now, when Flossie Carter did a review on this, the number didn't pop up, but when I did it, the number popped up. So I'm not going to do that. But you can receive and reject phone calls on the back with this secondary display. I absolutely love this. I mean, I just love this. It's just so unique. Samsung should have did something like this with, with their next premium devices, because this is really cool. And the fact that it just doesn't do this makes it even better. It has so many different functions to it. But, receiving notifications, control your media, use it as a viewfinder, you take selfies, and you could put a photo in there, and you could answer and decline phone calls. That's cool. I love that. So secondary display is another thing I absolutely love about the Mi 11 Ultra. Sorry I stayed so long on that, but that's very unique. You're not going to see any other phone on the market with that. Next, the phone is IP68 water and dust resistance. Now, previous to this device, I had the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro 5G. That phone was loaded. I loved it, but it had no IP rating at all. This one has it. So there's no worry about this phone getting wet, dropping it in a puddle of water. You don't have to worry about no water damage with this device. Next, the face unlock. Now, the face unlock on this thing is crazy fast. Let me see if it'll see my face. Okay, you saw it. See how fast it came on? And I'm behind the camera. It's crazy. I mean, this is by far the fastest face unlock I have on any phone that I have. You don't even see a lock screen. It just goes right into the phone. So, and that's behind the camera. See, this is what makes the face unlock on here so far superior to that of the Samsung. It ain't even close. Not even remotely close. That face unlock on my Note 20 Ultra ain't even scratching the surface of the speed of this device. Not even close. This face unlock is super fast, and I absolutely love it. Next, let's talk about the in-display optical fingerprint sensor. Now, the thing I like about this, now you can't see it all the time, but it will light up if you double tap, you'll see it. And you hit it. It works pretty good. Now, it's not 100% accurate. It's not, but it works pretty well. And as you can see, I'm going to put it a little closer so you can see. See that nice little animation? That's something that you don't get with my Note 20 Ultra, and I like that. And not only that, you're getting you can choose different animations, which is something I wish Samsung would put on their devices. And you're also getting haptic feedback, so you're getting a little vibration every time you touch the fingerprint sensor. So I absolutely love the fingerprint sensor on this device. Like I said, it's not 100%. I'll say it's about 97% accurate, and that's good. I don't have a problem with that. Next is the always on display. Now, as you can see, you've been seeing things move around and change. This is the always on display with super wallpapers. Now, I don't normally use this because I'm the type of person, I like to use wallpapers that constantly change. Like every time I open my device, I want to see a different wallpaper. So that's how I usually use my phone. But I wanted y'all to see this super wallpaper. And I'm using the one with Saturn. Now, there's different ones. There's one of mountains. There's one with another one in space, one of the Earth. So there's different ones. But I like Saturn because I like the way it looks. Now, see that? How it goes to that? Then when I look at it, it turns again. And then you can see these rocks. And then if you turn this, you can see the rocks move a little bit. You see that? See that movement? That is so cool. So you go back, it goes back. Then you light it up. Then you look at it, and it comes all the way on. So that I like that. That's cool. I really like this always on display with super wallpapers. As you can see the time, the date, the day, battery percentage, and also you would get your notifications right down here if I had any. Next, let's talk about the button placement. Now, everything is on the right-hand side, and the power button is nice and low, easily to get to. And keep in mind, this is a 6.8-inch display. So the button placement is excellent, and the volume rockers are not that far away from the power button. As you can see, they're very close. And I like that because the power button is the thing you're going to be, messing with the most, to turn it off. You just want to boom and be done. I don't have to stretch my thumb at all. It's right there, unlike the Google Pixel, which they put the volume rockers at the bottom and the power button on top, which makes no sense. That's just stupid button placement. But the button placement on the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra, excellent. No problem with that at all. Next, let's talk about the dual stereo speakers tuned by Harman Kardon. Now, I'm going to have to say this. The speakers on this phone are great. There's no doubt about it. Way better than my Note 20 Ultra. That's just the truth. These are beast mode status, but I have to say the Redmi Note 11 Pro speakers are better. JBL tuned. They're louder and they just blow your mind. But these are really good. Let me let you listen to some audio, and y'all can tell me what you think. Let me see some non-copyrighted music. Hold up. Okay, here we go. So they sound really good. They get adequately loud. So I don't have a problem with them. But I wish they were actually a little bit louder, when I'm looking at media content. But for the average person, these are going to be fine. A lot of people have headphones, when they're looking at movies and content. A lot of people doing that when they're traveling on, public transportation, things like that. But I'm the kind of person, I'm watching videos and stuff, I don't really want headphones in. I really want to just listen to the speakers without headphones. That's just me. I might be in the minority when it comes to that. But the speakers on this phone are great, no question about it. And the thing that makes them so great, see that speaker right there? See that speaker up there? Right there? And the other speaker is here. So you're getting two separate speakers that are separate from the earpiece. So that allows you to get equal distribution of sound. So there's no the earpiece is lower and the bottom is louder. No, they're both the same volume. So you get that really nice immersive surround sound. The speakers on this phone are great. Next, let's talk about the audio. Now, you get a 24-bit hi-fi audio tuned by Harman Kardon. So when you plug your USB Type-C headphones in here or use a dongle, you're gonna love the sound quality of this. Now, there are a lot of options as far as the sound. You could, get the sound like however you want. They give you a lot of options to change the sound to, to get the kind of sound that you want out of this device. But you're gonna love the audio sound. You're getting hi-fi res 24-bit audio, and it's great. Honestly, it really is. Next, let's talk about the IR blaster. Now, that's something I always complain about when I'm talking about Samsung devices, because that's something that Samsung and LG pioneered years ago, and then they both removed them off their devices. But I'm grateful that Xiaomi still has it. As you can see, I have it set for my TV. So this is basically a universal remote control, and I absolutely love it. Let me tell you all the things that you could use it for, not just a TV. See that? You got your TV, setup box, AC, fan, smart box, AV receiver, DVD player, Play Star. You got satellite TV, camera, light bulb, air purifier, and water heater. These are all the things you can use this IR blaster. So it's not just about using it for your TV. Now, most people are going to use it for their TV the most, but as you can see here, you can use it for different things. So why Samsung took that off, and that's something they could definitely put back on, is beyond me. But I love that Xiaomi still has that on their devices, and I use it. Next, let's talk about this beautiful 6.8-inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED display with HDR10 Plus, 515 pixel density, 1700 peak brightness, 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, I'm crazy. As you can see that bar at the top, see that bar right there, that white bar? 100% brightness. I'm a nut. I'm crazy. I know y'all think I'm crazy for having my screen that bright, but that's just how I roll. Let me change this wallpaper really quick, because I like to see different. See, that's what I use, HD wallpapers, just in case y'all were wondering.
Coming up here to live this lifestyle with me now.
I just like seeing something different on my device. So let me get that so y'all can. Okay, here we go. All right, so this 6.8-inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED display is by far the brightest display I have on a smartphone. And overall, this display is better than the display on my Note 20 Ultra. Now, I know y'all might find that hard to believe because of Samsung, but I'm telling you, this is a better looking display to me. It's brighter, it's more vivid, it's sharper. It's just a beautiful device. And this is a big reason why I don't want to take this out of my pocket. I don't want to take the SIM card out of it because of this display. This display, along with those speakers, that's why it's such a fight between this and my Fold. All right, so I love this display. It's probably my favorite thing that I love about this device is the display, and I'm all about that display life. Next, let's talk about the battery life. Now, this has a 5,000 milliamp battery, which it should have, because it's calling itself an Ultra, unlike my Note 20 Ultra that only has a 4,500 milliamp battery. This has the right size battery for a phone that's calling itself an Ultra. And not only does it have a 5,000 milliamp battery, but the battery life is great. Why? Because I'm getting 2 full days. That's at 100% brightness. That's 120 hertz at Quad HD Plus resolution. That's me using Spotify on and off all day. That's me watching videos a lot on and off all day. That's me surfing the net. That's me on Facebook, Instagram. That's me using the phone really, really heavy. And I'm getting 2 full days. Now, that's my usage. Your usage will vary. Okay? Your usage will vary. Most days, my day for me is 17 and a half hours. Monday through Friday, that's how many hours that I'm up and about. 17 and a half hours. So after a 17 and a half hour day, I got about 60% battery life left. Some days it's like 58%, but that's more than enough to get me through another full day. So the battery life on this phone is ultra status. Love it. And the standby time also is excellent because I remember I charged this phone up before I went to bed. I put it down. Do you know how long it stayed at 100%? For 7 hours. So the standby time is also excellent on this device. Now, if you're like me, if you're not like me and you're going to have your brightness way down, not 100%, maybe you don't want to use the always on display. And I forgot to mention that the always on display is always on. And, you're not getting as many push notifications and the emails as I am. Your battery might last you 3 days with this. That's how much of a beast this device is. I'm just telling you. So I love the battery life. Next, let's talk about the battery charging speeds. So 67-watt wired charging. So you could basically go from 0 to 100% in 36 minutes. That's ultra. Okay, let me put this down. That's ultra. Okay, unlike my Note 20 Ultra 25-watt fast charging. No, that's a joke. 67-watt super fast charging, 0 to 100%, 36 minutes. I tested it. It's real. Next, 67-watt wireless charging. I'll say it again. 67-watt wireless charging. So you're getting the same amount of wired charging as you are with the wireless charge. It's the same. Love that. Now, this is not a 67-watt wireless charger. This is a Xiaomi 30-watt wireless charger. Now, it's still super fast. No question about it. It's still super fast. And also, let me just show you real quick the nice, beautiful animation you get when you put it on the charging stand. Look at that. That's beautiful. See, that's what I'm an animation. That's an animation. Unlike the boring one that Samsung just put on their device, it's still boring compared to that. That's something you're gonna like seeing when you put, when you're charging your device, and you get a different one when you use the wired charging. So this is just the one you get with wireless, but when you use the wired charging, you get a different animation. So I love Xiaomi in their different animations when it comes to charging the device. So with the 67-watt wireless charging, you can go from 0 to 100% in 39 minutes. Now, when I use this on the 30-watt wireless charger, I fully charge this phone in under an hour. With a 30-watt charger, not the 67-watt charger, but with the 30-watt charger, still under an hour. Samsung Note 20 Ultra, 15-watt wireless charger, and that's calling itself an Ultra. I don't think so. This is the definition of an Ultra device. Definitely the definition of an Ultra device. Next, you got 10-watt reverse wireless charging. I'll say it again. 10 watts of reverse wireless charging, otherwise known as power share. Unlike the Note 20 Ultra with 4.5. That's a joke. 10 watts, this is a beast. Now, let me show you why I like this so much. You open it up, you go scroll down here, go to reverse wireless charging up here in the corner, turn that on, put it down, take your device, put it right on top. See that? Charging it right up. And not only with a phone, you can do it with a smartwatch. Not this smartwatch. This smartwatch is not wireless, but you can use a smartwatch. You can use some earbuds to charge your device. So wireless charging is something that I've had to use, and it definitely works well. And I like the fact that it's 10 watts, so it's not super slow. So that's Ultra. All right, let's talk about performance. Now you got Snapdragon 888, Android 12. I got my Android 12 update. Super fast performance on this device. Absolutely love it. No issue with speed. Everything opens up super fast, as you can see. And you got that 120 hertz refresh rate. I mean, this phone is super smooth and super fast. No lag whatsoever. No, the lag don't even exist on this phone. Not at all. Everything opens up super fast, super smooth. I'm telling you, everything just opened up real super fast and smooth. Now, I don't play games on my devices, so I can't show you, gaming, because I don't game on my device. But if you do decide to game, trust me, this phone can handle it. No problem at all. Next thing, customization and features. Now, this thing is highly customizable and it has a ton of features. Now, that's something I'll probably do in a separate video, because if I start doing that and go into all the settings, it's going to be well over an hour. I don't want to do that because I know people's attention spans is not that long to begin with. So, but trust me, highly customizable, loaded with features. It reminds me a lot of One UI. And it also has the new MIUI 13.5 version on it. Next, let's talk about internal storage. Now, there's two variants. You can get the 256 gig variant, or you can get the 512 gig variant. I got the 512 gig variant because I'm a monster when it comes to putting, I need a lot of storage on my devices. Let me show you why. I'm going to give you a good example why. You see this? These are all the movies and things that I have on this device. And I could put more on here because I got more space, but that's why. I store a lot of movies on my device. Now, I forgot to give you, I want you to see the picture quality of this device. You got your punch hole down here in the corner, which people like that. I like it in the middle, but some people like it in the corner. But just look at the clarity of this display. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And that's another reason why I don't want to take my sim out here, because it's beautiful. And then you got those big, sound, those great sound of speakers to go along with it. So I absolutely love this. Love this. All right. So plenty of features, highly customizable. You love that. And I love the fact that you get, it's the minimum storage is 256, unlike the Note 20 Ultra's 128. But you can bump it up to 512, which is what I did here. So I love that you have the option of 512 because it doesn't come with expandable storage, unfortunately. All right, next thing I like, you get a case in the box. Now, it's not the nicest case in the world. You get this gel case, but it's still a case nonetheless. You can still protect your phone until you decide to get another case. So you don't even get this with the Note 20 Ultra. You don't even get a case. So I applaud Xiaomi for giving you at least a case in a box. And let me see. The next thing is the cameras. Love the cameras on this device. As you can see, you got these three in the back, and they beast mode status. You can see there 120 hertz, not 120x zoom. Now, I'm not going to be zooming into nothing 120 times, but it's cool to know you got the option if I really need to see something far away. Now, you're not going to use 120 times zoom to take a picture of anything because it ain't going to look good. But if you need to see something, you have the capability to zoom in 120 times. So that's cool. Now, the farthest I think I went was, 10 times zoom. And I think one time I tried 20 times and the picture quality was still good. Now, I was told that if you go up to 30 times, it's still good. And anything after that, it might get a little fuzzy. But most times I really don't zoom into anything, honestly. And if I do, it's mostly going to be like 5 times and 10 times max. But it's nice at least to have the option to zoom in that much. So I like that. Now, of course, with the cameras, 50 megapixel wide laser autofocus, 48 megapixel periscope telephoto, 48 megapixel ultra wide, 5 times optical zoom, and 120 times hybrid zoom, and a 20 megapixel wide selfie camera on the front. With the rear cameras also, you can shoot at 4K at 30 and 60 and at 1080p at 30 and 60. Only downgrade to me is no 4K recording on the front cameras. I don't like that, but I'll get into that when I get to the things that I don't like. But let y'all check out these photos and these video clips, and y'all tell me what you think of the camera quality on this device. Now, let me get into the things that I don't like, and then I'll be finished. First thing, the fingerprint sensor. The fingerprint sensor could be a little more accurate and responsive. Now, I know I talked about it being good, but sometimes it could be a little iffy. Like sometimes I gotta hit it 2 or 3 times before it see my finger. It's almost like I gotta nail it perfectly, and I use 2 different fingerprints. Maybe I'll use 3, maybe it'll be a little more accurate, but you shouldn't have to do all that. It should be a lot more accurate and a little more responsive. So it's something that, something like that could be fixed with a software update. It's not bad, but it could just be so much better. Next, no headphone jack. Now, that's something that I complain about on pretty much every premium device because they still put them on budget phones, they still put them on mid-range phones, but they just won't put them on the premium phones. I don't like that, especially a phone like this that when it first was released was over $1,300. No. And you got these great sounding speakers, you got the great high-res 24-bit audio. Why not put a headphone jack on there? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Next, no frosted back. Now, this one does not have a frosted back. None of them do. It's a glossy back. I think they made a big mistake when they did that because with the Mi 10 Pro 5G, they gave that phone a matte back, even though it was still a little slippery, but it didn't have a glossy back. And this thing is a fingerprint magnet if you don't use a case. Now, I can't use a case. I cannot use this phone without a case because the other thing that I don't like is that the phone is super slippery. Without a case, this phone is super slippery. It's like holding a wet bar, a wet soap bar. A bar of soap that's wet is like holding that. So there's no way that I could walk around with this device without using a case. I couldn't do it. I drop it all the time. So they should have put a matte finish or frosted back on this device. Next, and I mentioned this just a few minutes ago, no 4K recording on the front camera at all, not even 4K at 30. Now, that's a disappointment because you're calling yourself an Ultra. This phone was over $1,300. Now, I didn't pay that for this, but it was over $1,300 when it was released. And there's no way that a premium device that costs that much and calling itself an Ultra don't have no 4K recording on the front camera. Even the Mi 10 Pro 5G didn't have 4K recording, and I didn't understand that. You're calling yourself a pro device. Like, I don't understand that. Okay. Now, the front camera is fine, 1080p at 30 and 60, but it should have 4K, recording capabilities. Minimum 4K at 30, but no 4K at all. That was a bad move, Xiaomi. I don't like that. Next, no expandable memory. I don't like that because the price of this phone, and I have the Redmi Note 11 Pro that does have expandable storage. Now, it could be a double SIM, or you can use one SIM and an SD card. You can do the same with your premium devices. So how is it that you could put expandable storage in a budget phone, but you can't put it in a premium phone? I don't get that. So I don't like that a phone that's calling itself an Ultra, and at the price point this phone is, there's no expandable storage. I don't like that, but at least they offer you the 512 gig variant. Next, you can't use the full screen gestures if you're using Nova Launcher. Now, that's exactly what I'm using right now because I just like minimalizing my home screen. I don't want my apps all over the screen and all spread out. I like it like this. It just looks better. I like everything close together, lower, and I want to see more of my display. But if you're going to use Nova Launcher, just keep in mind you're going to have to use the buttons. They will not allow you to use the gestures, and that's unfortunate because I would prefer to use the full screen gestures as opposed to the buttons because it gives you more of a smooth fluidity and flow through your device as opposed to using the buttons. So I don't know why they restrict this phone from being able to use Nova Launcher and use full screen gestures. Doesn't make any sense. If anybody knows a workaround that, please let me know. Leave me a comment down in the comment section. But I definitely don't like that at all. So if I want to use the full screen gestures, I got to use the Mi launcher. And I don't necessarily like the Mi launcher. That's why I'm using Nova Launcher. So I just, decided to just get used to just using the buttons. Next, you cannot double tap to sleep the screen unless you use the themes by default. The themes that they give you on here by default, you can't use double tap to sleep the screen unless you use their themes by default. I don't like that. Why the restriction? That makes no sense. That's a feature that automatically comes with the phone, so you should be able to just turn the button on, double tap to sleep. But with Nova Launcher, you can use it. Boom. So no problem. Okay? But I don't like that. I think that's crazy that you can't use a simple feature like double tap to sleep unless I use the themes. That's stupid. Next, no charger in the box. As you can see how thin this box is. A phone of this price point with no charger, that's stupid. However, because I got this through Giztop, came with the 67-watt charger as a free gift. And I guarantee you, if I wasn't able to get this as a free gift, I wasn't getting this phone. I wasn't. There's no way I'm going to pay my hard-earned money for a device and not get a charger. It's not happening. So shout out to you Giztop for putting this as a free gift. Love this. So this is the 67-watt charger that you get if you order from Giztop as a free gift. But I don't like that it didn't come in the box. Next, no dongle in the box. Now you're not giving me headphones and you can't even give me a dongle. I don't understand that. I don't like that because with the Mi 10 Pro 5G, they gave you a dongle. So why wouldn't they put a dongle in their Ultra phone? Makes no sense. Next, no headphones in the box. I don't like that because once again, this phone was over $1,000. I don't understand why you just can't put a set of headphones in the box. Makes no sense. Or some earbuds. Makes no sense to me. Next, the rear display. Now, I said before, you can only use it for 30 seconds. Xiaomi, please implement some kind of software update where we can use this for as long as we want, not be restricted to 30 seconds. I don't like that. Next, the phone is not fully unlocked. And I'm going to explain more about that in a minute. And also the RAM management, unfortunately, is not that great. This has 12 gigs of RAM and the RAM management is poor. And I know that's something that could be fixed with a software update, or it just could be my device. You know, like some people have different experience with different devices and, you know, so it could be just my device. I don't know, but it's poor. It's not good at all. You know, nothing stays open very long at all. I'll go right back to it and it's already making me refresh all the time. I don't like that because that's one thing I can say about Samsung devices. Excellent RAM management, especially their premium devices, their mid-range and premium devices, excellent RAM management. But this, unfortunately, has poor RAM management. All right, now let me go back to the phone not being fully unlocked. Now, unfortunately, you'll probably only be able to use this device in the US on probably maybe Mint Mobile and maybe T-Mobile, but I'm not sure. You have to check with your carrier, but you can't use it on any other carrier. I have AT&T. I cannot get any data on this. Like once I leave my house, I can't get any internet on this device at all. Now I can make calls and I can receive calls and text messages, but no data outside of my Wi-Fi. But why that's not a big deal for me? You're probably wondering why I still have this device. Well, it's not a big deal for me because I have more than one SIM. This is my main phone. So long as I have this on me, I have my data. I can do whatever I need to do with this phone. But keep in mind, I can make and receive calls and get text messages, just no internet. But on top of that, I have YouTube Premium. So that means and that's what I'm doing most of the time when I'm in my car, I'm listening to YouTube videos. I just download them. I just download whatever videos I want to listen to. And when I leave, it's not a problem. I just hit downloads and just play my video. So it's not a big deal. Also, if I want to listen to music through my Spotify, I can download all my playlists directly to my phone and just play my music. So it's not a big deal for me. Now, if this is your only device and you living in the US, I say I can't encourage you to get it because you're not going to be able to use the internet outside of your Wi-Fi network. You're just not going to be able to use it. But because I have a secondary phone, this is not a big deal. All I do is download my videos. I download my music. I'm good. You know, I got books on here that are already downloaded, so I can watch those at my leisure. So it's not a big deal for me. That's why I'm definitely keeping this device. Definitely. All right. So that was my full review of the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. I absolutely love this phone. It's definitely worth picking up if you can use it on your carrier. Now, if it's a secondary device, I would encourage you to get it because I think you would love it. But if it's your main device, I have to say no if you can't use it on your carrier. I have to say no. But for all those that are outside of the US, you should be good to go. This phone is an absolute beast. It's a monster. I highly recommend it. Great build quality, great display, great speakers, great audio, great performance, great cameras. This phone has it all. Like I said, no 4K on the front. Not the biggest deal to me because I only shoot in 1080p at 60. But it could be some of you out there that could have a problem with that. That you're like, you like to take a lot of you like to vlog a lot and do a lot of selfies and things like that. That might be an issue for you. But my issue, the reason why I put it on something I don't like because of the price of this phone and it's calling itself an Ultra. There's no way this phone should not have 4K 4K recording on the front camera. There's no way it shouldn't have it. But IP68 water and dust resistance. I mean, 67-watt wired and wireless charging, 10-watt reverse wireless charging. You got them Harman Kardon speakers. I mean, you got great build quality with a ceramic back, Gorilla Glass Victus on the front. And the one thing I noticed about the Gorilla Glass Victus is way more resistant to scratches. I have no scratches on this device, not even any micro scratches. So Gorilla Glass Victus is the truth. I'm loving that. Okay, it's highly customizable. You're getting a lot of different features on this. Now, like I said, I can make a video and go into the features and the settings by itself, just so this video won't be over an hour. But I can do that at a later date. But once again, absolutely love this. This is that phone. This is the absolute monster. It's a beast. Definitely worth picking up. Great battery life. Oh, man, I love it. Just love it. And I do highly recommend it if it works on your carrier. If you're outside the United States, you're going to be fine. And there is a global model that you can get. Now, I have the Chinese version, but you definitely can get the global version. It may cost you a little bit more depending on where you live, but it might be worth it to you. All right? So thank you very much for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying well. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.